So, Jaron Ennis just takes on, I don't know the guy's name. I'm so sorry. Who did Jaron Ennis just take on? Insert here. Destroys him in round uno.
It's fame you were saying. I'm up the game. Punching bag treatment on they bed.
So after he destroyed him in round uno, Eddie Hearn gets in the ring and they make a bunch of bold statements. I want Ortiz, Bakram, all the champions at 154 pounds. Great to hear. Finally, we possibly may see Jaron Ennis versus top talent. What a talent Jaron Ennis is. One of the most talented guys in boxing, period, point blank. Will these guys be scared to get in the ring with him after he's done what he's done? Because he's getting a lot of criticism of him not fighting nobody. I knew by when they announced this fight with, put the guy's name right here, that he was going to destroy him once I seen his name. I seen his name and then I looked up his fights and I'm like, oh man, Jaron Ennis is going to run through him. Because he's a straight up and down kind of guy. The announcers and the people commentating the fight always like, yeah, this guy is this, because that's their job. I look at the eye test and I watch round after round after round and I see you have nothing for Jaron Ennis. Now, Jaron Ennis wipes him out in round one, as expected. I knew it was going to be a quick knockout. I didn't know it was going to be that fast. So, salute to Jaron Ennis on his win, giving his hometown another spectacular knockout. They didn't have to stay and wait there long. It was like 11 something, so they was able to get home if they lived in proximity. And if they had to travel from out of state, then, you know, they still was able to leave at a decent time. Now, with that being said, the landscape of 154 pounds, I got it written down right here. Jaron Ennis versus everybody at 154 pounds. Him versus Lubin, athletic versus athletic. Famous athletics. Eh? Yeah, so athletic versus athletic. Skill versus skill. Mover versus mover. Puncher versus puncher. How would that look? You guys let me know in the comment section because I feel like that will be a very exciting fight at 54. I think Lubin, when two brothers get in the ring, it's always something where you're like, oh, on both sides. Most of the time. We give each other the hardest fights. I truly believe that. So, Lubin versus Ennis. That would be a fight to see. Now, Fundora versus Ennis. I don't believe they want that because I think that'll be a devastating knockout for Jaron Ennis. Will he get pushed to the test? But yes, your boy Ennis loves a dog fight. He's a dog. He's a backyard dog. He's a bully. He's ready for the smoke. He is much bigger. He could go up to 168 like Fundora, right? But I think him fighting Fundora will be similar to Sergio Martin. What's the guy who knocked out Paul Williams? Inserted right here. Sergio Mora, my guy who be commentating. I believe that was, or is it Martinez, the guy? But you see how Paul Williams got dropped? That's exactly how it's going to be if Fundora fights Jaron Ennis. I'm high on Boots Ennis based off his skills and his talent. Go back to the videos 8 years ago when I was speaking about Crawford. That's how high I am on Jaron Ennis based off the talent that I'm seeing. 154, the landscape is beautiful, but with a talent like this, we have to see how these guys react to his power. If these guys could take his power, then it'll be on a more even playing field. But I believe if you want to go in there and bang with Jaron Ennis, that's going to be your only chance of winning. Not only that, there's nobody at 54 that boxes like Shukajan. There's nobody at 54 that boxes like Shukajan that's going to give him. That's the only fighter who actually gave him problems. And you see in the second fight, he was able to drop him, hit him with some shots that'll stop him, debilitate him. So, Fundora versus Ennis, that's just my preview prediction of that fight. Now, Ennis versus Ortiz. Ortiz gets stopped in the 6th round. Or Robert Garcia throws in the towel because it will get that bad. Ortiz has one way of fighting. If you have one way of fighting and you're coming forward to boots, it's going to look like the Stanionis. I'm telling you. I know for a fact. I know what I'm seeing. I know what I'm seeing, family. Like, I know what I'm seeing. Look at my eyes. They wide. Ortiz cannot beat Ennis. Thurman versus Ennis. Even though Thurman just got there, if Thurman is to beat Fundora, Thurman been picking and choosing his spots where he gonna talk about this fighter and that fighter, this fighter, that fighter, this fighter, that fighter. He's been doing it for so long. But now he gotta put up and shut up because he's at the latter part of his career. And I still hope Thurman still has what he had years ago. Based off his body going through all the trauma from boxing since a kid to moving up. Your body needs a rest, but is Thurman a little too comfortable? I know how it feels when you just not training and doing what you do, searching for peace. I know how that gets you. It doesn't bring the beast out you. So Thurman been ready and in shape for this Fundora fight. He's been taking it serious months ago. He was in shape months ago. So if he has to fight Jaron Ennis, what if it looks like Porter versus Thurman? I know y'all probably like, nah, that's not gonna happen. But what if this is boxing? Sometimes your body needs a resurgence. But yeah, I don't know who will win that fight. Technically, I'd still lean towards Ennis. But I think Thurman still got power and a way to surprise people. That's the thing. Thurman is a very sneaky fighter. His punches are awkward. Some of them are wide, some of them, but he's very awkward. He could bounce. He can bounce. But Thurman, you've been doing a lot of talking about Ennis. If y'all two get in the ring, whoo, what a spectacle to see. Now, Charlo versus Ennis. If Jermell Charlo stays at 154 pounds, him versus Ennis, Charlo, if you come back, no tune-ups, go straight for Ennis. I would love to see that fight because you was the king at 154 before the belts got relinquished to everybody there. You was the man at 154 pounds. You fought the Harrisons, I forgot the list of people he fought. Castanos, you fought everybody besides Laura. And you cannot fight everybody because sometimes your brother may be in camp with a fighter that you're fighting and it's a conflict of interest and, family ties. It's just, the public don't understand that, but whatever. But Charlo versus Ennis, oh my gosh. Do I believe Charlo is a step behind Ennis? Yes. Do I believe Ennis has the better skills? Yes. But if Charlo could take those punches, can Ennis take Charlo's punches? Because Charlo is going to land. Charlo does hit hard. Charlo's been stopping everything at 154 pounds. Charlo knows what it feels like to lose, become undisputed champion. So that fight, 54 is stacked. I never seen Bakram. I'm gonna be honest. I never seen him. I gotta watch highlights of him. But to me, based off the name, it doesn't sound like he could beat Ennis. But I could be totally wrong. I'm not being biased. Majumar versus Ennis. Ooh, even though he just lost, I believe Majumar still gotta get a win or two before he's able to face somebody like Ennis. Or he gotta get a good win, and then if Ortiz doesn't take on Ennis next, I believe Majumar versus Ennis is a fire fight. Oh my gosh, bro. Whoo, that's a fire fight. I love Madrimov's style. I love the way he just, I just like the way he fights, man. He's very awkward. He's very different. Sometimes he comes forward. Sometimes he boxes. He gave Terrence Crawford a run for his money at points in the fight. I think Terrence Crawford won that decisively. But Madrimov versus the 54-pounder Ennis, they both 54 pounds, part of my language, And then him versus Ramos, I got to check a little more on Ramos, but I truly believe that Ramos was in there with Lubin. I felt like Ramos was doing his thing, and some people believe Ramos possibly won. I got to rewatch that fight, but Ramos versus Lubin and the other guys at 54, man. 54 is stacked. To me, Ennis is the number one guy at 54 as of now. Skill-wise, talent-wise, and you'll see once he faces these other guys. It's just not talking. It's not just like, yo, we high on him. He's not fighting no one. Y'all said this so many times about fighters, and when they show improved, y'all made the excuses. The excuses are already built in. And if he tested the waters at 54 and y'all feel like that's a problem, okay. Now when he goes up against these other guys, you're going to see how much better he is than them. That's my take. Y'all already know everything's a sport. So where's my sportsmanship award? And just like that, Famus is gone. Let's go, family. Back.